In the last hour of the programme, we spoke about fertility and about miscarriage with Tessa Dunlop. It's Baby Loss Awareness Week and also the launch of the Fertility Show. So two sides, if you like, of the same coin. One local man from Northampton has been recognised for his work supporting dads in the county who are dealing with bereavement. And last night, Daddies with Angels, his group, won Best UK Support Organisation for a second time. Paul Scully-Scoynes joins me now on the programme. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So you've collected this award again?
We've collected the award again, yeah.
Yeah.
2014 we won as well.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back then. And how did the group start? How did Daddies with Angels actually get underway?
My son Travis James, he was 14 months old and he died during his sleep at home. It's 5:15 in the morning. My youngest daughter, who was 2 at the time, she's 8 now, was shouting because her little brother wouldn't wake up to play. My wife went upstairs to find him on his bed, not moving. She screamed for me. I went upstairs, picked him up. He was unfortunately died in his sleep. I tried to resuscitate him for 20 minutes, but I couldn't get him back. And a paramedic came in, put his hand on my shoulder and said, "You can't do any more." Now, after that, there's a flurry of people through the house and in the streets saying to my wife, "How are you? How are you?" And everybody sort of bypassed me. I felt, what about me? I'm the dad. I matter in loss too. So I went searching for support groups for dads, and there wasn't any. So I set up Daddies of Angels.
So you set this group up simply because, as you say, you felt ignored. Everybody focused on the mother as far as some people were concerned. It was really her bereavement, and you're kind of left out of the picture. That's
often how a lot of dads feel. It's not any intention. It's just the way it is sometimes.
But of course, it affects dads as much as it affects mothers.
It affects dads. It affects other family members as well. Yeah.
So, what is your group able to do to help people in that situation then?
All of our work we do is online. It's on Facebook or Pro Boards or email, so we're accessible 24 hours a day. So we can pick up someone that's lost a child, and I just say it's not just babies, it's any age and any gestation, any age. So it could be an early miscarriage, a stillbirth, it could be cancer, one of the genetic disorders, murder, suicide. We cover the whole range because there isn't a lot of groups for a lot of these things, so we'll cover it all. I mean, basically, it's a peer support group where people have been in the same situation can say, "I understand how you're feeling right now," and that in itself brings some comfort to the parents. Or they can just listen because in the real world, people don't want to listen. They'll shy away from talking about loss because it's a taboo subject. But the people in the groups will listen, and in itself, that's comforting as well.
Do you think perhaps setting this group up has helped you to deal with the situation as well?
Absolutely. I was just saying to Ali that she asked me if I'd had head from last night, and I said, well, I don't drink because I had a liver transplant in 2012. So in helping others and talking to them, it's helped me, but they helped me through my illness as well. It's like a little family. Everybody looks after each other. They look out for each other, and they look out for me when I'm having a bad day as well. Because I mean, 6 years later, I still have bad days, like on his birthday or Christmas or whatever. And there's 800 men in one group and 1,000 or so in another group that'll say, "How are you today?" So they look after me as well.
And I gather you're wanting people to help you out by doing a bit of knitting.
Certainly are. I've been getting out and about in the country speaking to other child loss groups about what we do. And I had a trip down to Canby Island where I was speaking to some parents about their stories. And one mum was explaining that she was rushed into hospital and unfortunately lost her baby. A partner couldn't be there at the time, so he rushed down to the hospital and said, "Well, where's my baby?" And he was met with the thought of his baby in a box on the windowsill. Which was obviously shocking for him and shocking for the mum. And the mum was like totally in awe of what had happened. She was in shock, so she didn't know where her baby was. So this lady and her friends decided that the box wasn't good enough, and so they started knitting little tiny cribs. and little hats and tiny little clothing and sheets and bedding. So babies can be uncomfortable and sit in those. So I brought the idea from these ladies, Kerry Ann and Stacey, from Canby Island to Northampton, and said, let's see if Northampton can start knitting these little cribs and little items, so we can get them into hospitals and funeral parlours if they need them.
So if people want to help with that, how do they get in touch if people want to help with that?
People can either email me on community@daddieswithangels.org, or if they go onto Facebook and search for Daddies with Angels, we've got a community page there, so they can ask for patterns on that. Or if they search on Facebook for knitted items for tiny angel babies, that's actually a public group there where we keep all the patterns and people can have a chat about what works best, what knits best, etc. like that. So
sounds wonderful. Paul, thank you ever so much for coming on with that, your inspiring story, and also how people can help as well in a very practical way. Daddies with Angels, if you search for that, you'll get all the information you need about patterns and where you need to send them.